Okay. All right. Good morning. I think we are recording. I just want to make sure that we're recording. Looks like we are. Yes. Okay, good. Good morning. Let's come to our mats. Like I said, we're going to be doing a little bit of wall work today, having fun with that. It's always fun to explore what we can do using the wall, but we're also going to be working on giving a little focus to our feet, our hips, our legs. And so if you don't have one already, grab a beach towel or a yoga blanket, one brick, and your belt. Would you want to turn that light on back there? It seems a little dark. Okay. So coming to our mat, let's get comfortable. Just into our Sukhasana, our seated position. And let's prepare to do our yoga. Bringing your hands onto your knees, closing your eyes, starting to still the mind, and focus on our breath. Breathing in and out through the nose. Relax the face and the jaw. Check your neck. Relax your shoulders. If you'd like to set an intention for your class today, do so now. We're just going to do some gentle yogic breathing, starting deep in the belly, slowing the breath down as we inhale, and then continuing the inhalation up through the sides of the rib cage, coming up to the top of the lungs, and then exhaling again through the nose, starting with the top, then squeezing the air out of the side of the rib cage, and finally pulling in at the diaphragm. And repeat, inhale. And exhale. Quiet the mind, continue to breathe. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Do a few more of these on your own. One more breath on your own. Returning to normal breathing, let's do some neck rolls, dropping the head forward and then inhaling to your left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and exhale down the other side. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nice big circles. Inhale. Keep your shoulders relaxed. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Keep checking your shoulders, make sure they're relaxed. Let's go the other way now. Inhale, jaws soft. And exhale down the other side, really making that circle as big as you can. Inhale, noticing anything that might feel a little ouchy this morning, and maybe spending a little bit of extra time there. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Coming to center. Of all the things I do, especially for my neck, one of the first things I do every morning are just some neck rolls. I highly recommend them just be a daily part of your life, whether you're doing a full practice or just taking a moment quietly in the morning to wake up the neck. It has changed my life and it's so simple. All right, with your hands on your knees and making sure your hip bones are nice and connected to the floor, skin away from your hips. Let's inhale, look up to some seated cats and cows, pulling the shoulders back, and then exhale, pressing out the spine, rounding out the back. Inhale, looking up, arching the back, opening the chest, and exhale, pressing it out. Again, inhale. And exhale. You can even press your fingers out if you'd like to get a nice stretch in the back. Drop the head, inhale. And exhale. Really pressing the spine out. Nice flexing here. All right, coming back to center. Both arms up. Drop your left arm to the floor beside your hip. Press down with that opposite hip. Reach up to the sky. And let's get a nice stretch in the side of the body. Reaching with the hand, pressing down with the hip for a nice stretch. Keep your chin loose and breathe. And release. Shrug your shoulders. Both arms up again, opposite side, hand drops to the floor, reaching up and simultaneously pressing down with that hip. Reach, 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 reaching out and over. Face forward, keep your chin gently tucked in. And coming back to center, shake it out. Extend one foot out, doesn't matter. I'll mirror you, put my left foot out. Take your right foot, and if it's available to you, put it on top of your thigh. You can use your brick if that doesn't work for you. Either way, we just want access to the ankle. And we're just going to do some ankle rolls. I'm just using my hand to guide the foot around, just rolling into the ankle joint, going one way a few times, and go the other way. It seems like such a luxury to spend time on our feet, doesn't it? All right, and then let's flex it pointed, flex it back, maybe pressing all the toes back, point, flex, point, flex. Taking your fingers in a little fist, let's massage the bottom of the foot, just wherever that feels good to you, maybe along the, as they call the spine, the arch of the foot, maybe in towards the middle, maybe right in front of the heel, maybe pinching the back of the heel, giving that a little bit of a massage, and up at the base of the toes, whatever feels good. When you're ready with that, gently bring your fingers in between your toes. Now, for some of you, this might not work very well, so just be gentle, don't go too far, or just spread what you do the best you can. And then we're just going to roll the toes around with the fingers in between, maybe putting a little bit of pressure on the toes gently again to spread them out. Go one way, maybe go the other way. Maybe pressing the toes forward for a stretch up like that, pulling it back and release. Now taking each toe, and you can do this little piggy however you'd like. Start with the big toe, and we're just going to squeeze the toe gently. I'm taking my big toe, I'm going to squeeze it and twist it. Just some back and forth movements. And whatever feels good, just to move it around. Move on to the next toe. Again, squeeze, gentle pull. You don't have to crack your knuckles. I hate that. But some people like it. Again, all right. Then we're moving on to the next one, number 3. Again, a little individual attention. And pull and twist. 4th toe. Little squeeze, little twist. Finally, the little one. Mine is so little, it's hard to get a hold of there. Twist and pull and release. Now we're going to do the other leg. So again, just however you can prop that foot up so that your ankle is free. And then we're just going to do some circles with the ankle. Sometimes it's sort of hard to do it without guiding it. At least with this leg, the foot seems a little, go the other way. Make the circles nice and big. Okay. And then do your flexes. Flex the foot, point the toes, flex, point, flex, point. Make sure when you're flexing, get all those toes, sort of pull them back. All right, and then massage. Again, into any area that feels sensitive. The arches, the middle of the toe, right underneath the front pads there. Lower back. The heel. All right. And then taking the fingers in between your toes, if it's available to you, gently working them in there. And then just do some gentle circles while you're simultaneously pressing out a little bit, spreading the toes. And then the other way, our toes get so compacted because of the shoes we wear constantly. Our forebears did not wear shoes, and I think their toes were a lot more flexible and strong. Okay, pressing forward a little bit. So we have to sort of help them out a little bit here, pulling them back. Okay. And then taking each toe again, a little squeeze on the toe, a little twisting. Next toe, little squeeze, little twist. Next toe. Continue. And the last one. Doesn't this feel good? It feels really good. It feels like a luxury, like I don't have time to spend time on my toes, but boy, that feels good. Okay. Bring your legs out. Take a moment with your feet in front of you, sitting up nice and tall, and just sort of focus on the feeling. Maybe close your eyes, feeling the energy, the life, the blood flow of your toes in your feet, feeling how they feel a little bit more activated. And then let's open our eyes, bring our feet up nice and wide. We're going to lean back on our hands. Feet are nice and wide. Knees are bent. And we're just going to start rolling back and forth. Just let it windshield wipering our knees side to side. Start out small. Maybe increase the movement, rolling more into that hip on each side. Weight is on your hands behind. And when that starts loosening up, let's start adding a little movement where we're going to come over, touch the floor on one side, roll over, touch the floor on the other side. So we're just rolling back and forth, adding a little twist. I keep sliding here, so I have to keep adjusting. We're just going back and forth. When you're ready, we can add in an arm lasso. So we get a big loop with the arm as you go to one side, big loop with the arm here. And now we're opening the shoulder, the hips, a couple more. And when you're ready, we're going to add in a hip lift. So when we come to the side, going to lift up the hips and reach to the back. Come to the other side, lift up the hips and reach. You're opening up the back, working on a little hip strength. Keep going. You don't have to lift up high, just whatever feels comfortable. Let's do two more. One more. And down. Now we're going to come to the wall. So put your mat out against the wall, whatever space you're going to use. If you'd like, you can sit on a blanket or a beach towel, if that helps and makes it a little bit more comfortable. Grab your brick and your belt, make sure they're close. All right. Scooch your hips so that your hip bones, or the lower back, I guess, are touching the wall, or as close as you can get. Move the skin away from your hip bones so that you have a nice connection of the hips with the floor. Bring your feet together and let's take the brick, put it between your calves on the in the shoebox position, so the lowest position. Grip the brick with your legs so you're squeezing in. Feet are flexed, simultaneously pressing down with the legs through the whole way from the hips to the heels. Coming into our seated rod pose, our Dandasana, we are going to begin to engage the Mula Bandha, pulling up in the perineal area, supporting our internal organs. Again, we're still pressing the brick, pressing down with the floor, pulling up at the Uddiyana, at the Mula. Now moving on to the Uddiyana, which is the core pulling in and up towards the back of the spine. Aligning now the shoulders and the back of the head with the wall. Now, if your shoulders don't touch, that's okay, just as close as you can. Moving up, we engage the Jalandhara Bandha, which is the chin lock, and we just gently pull it in. So we just don't want it jutting out. We don't want to do anything crazy here, but we just want it to be safely tucked so that the spine is in its natural curved position. You can close the eyes, hands at your side for support. It's a very active, inactive pose in yoga, where we're actively working the legs. The legs are pressing, the legs are squeezing. We're pulling up at the Mula, the Uddiyana, and the Jalandhara Bandha. We're holding the shoulders back against the wall or as close as we can. We're working on our posture. And breathe. One more breath here. Now, if you have your eyes closed, open your eyes. Let's take the left arm and begin to just move it up against the wall, keeping it as close to the wall as you can, and then back down. Relax the jaw, relax the shoulders as much as you can. Again, really reaching, touching the wall, seeing if you can't touch the wall each time, trying to get a little closer. Let's do that one more time. If you have issues with your shoulder, just try to make small incremental opening steps and down. Now let's take the other arm, same thing. Inhale up, as close to the wall as you can, and up. I've still got shoulder issues on this side, so I can't quite touch the whole way, but I'm going to keep working it because that's how we loosen it up and gain that range of motion back. And then exhale down. One more time. Each time a little better. And exhale down. Now let's take both arms, do snow angels against the wall. Inhale up. And exhale down. Again up. Really reaching, really opening and down. Let's do one more. Again, concentrating on keeping the arms as open as possible. And coming down. Bringing the arms up into cactus arms, opening those elbows, checking that your ribs aren't pointed out too much. You want to tuck the ribs in a little bit so you're not overarching the back. Again, continue to squeeze the block, the brick, and press down with the legs, dropping the hands down, keeping the elbows up. Again, relax the jaw and keep the chin level with the floor, or parallel with the floor, excuse me, and up, opening, opening, opening. One more time. And up, and up and down. You can shrug your shoulders. One more movement here with the arms. Let's bring one arm up over the head, and then the other arm up. Slowly trying to keep the arm as far back, touching the wall if possible. Just sort of doing a waving motion, one arm at a time. Eyes gaze forward. And you can release from that. Now take the brick out from between your legs, set it to the side. We are going to take our belt now, loop the belt around the feet. And I'm just sitting up nice and tall and flexing my feet. I'm going to just begin to work the hands towards the feet, keeping my spine nice and long and hinging from the hips. Find your stretch, and when you do, just breathe into it. I'm not trying to touch my head to my knees. I'm trying to get length in the spine and opening in the hips. And as you breathe, maybe feeling a little bit of release, you can go a little deeper. So I am putting some pressure on the belt that I'm holding, using the belt. And you can release. Now keep the feet in the same position, put the belt to the side. Arms rise up. Same thing, but this time we're just going to let the arms come forward. Again, hinging from the hips, keeping that nice length in the spine. Gaze is towards the feet. Folding, hinging from the hips until you're at your point, and then you bring the hands to the floor. Keeping the legs straight here, feet are flexed. Find your stretch. Relax your neck, your jaw. And again, finding length in the spine, finding an opening in the hips. Paschimottanasana. Maybe as you breathe, working the fingers, maybe inching them forward, just maybe a half inch. And when you're ready, you can walk the hands back, come to center, bring the feet towards the body as close as you can. We're just going to do some butterfly legs here, holding your toes. And if you can't get it in close to your body, then just do the best you can. And we're just going to gently bounce on the knees here into our butterfly. If you can hold the feet, that's great. Gently bouncing. Relax the chin. And release. Now, gotta move all my junk out of the way here. Taking the feet nice slowly. Opening the legs, taking them nice and wide. Flexing the feet, and you'll notice I'm moving the skin away from my hip joints again. Pressing down on the legs for stability. Go as wide as is comfortable, keeping your legs straight. Take the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Now come again, just like with the legs together, except now the legs are spread. But come forward as far as you can. You're going to feel a nice stretch in the inner groin, thigh muscles. Keep the feet flexed. Hands come to the floor and breathe. Release the jaw and the chin. Just a nice stretch, nothing crazy here. And breathe. Maybe inching the fingers forward as you feel the release of breathing, the breath work with the stretch. Maybe not, just staying where you are. When you're ready, you can begin to inch the fingers over to your left leg, coming to the left side. As far as you can, just do whatever your body is telling you is capable right now. Finding the stretch in this opposite side, obviously. And then we're going to walk the hands back to center. Take a moment here. And then keeping that tension again in the legs, feet are flexed. And pressing down, walk the hands to the other side. Find your stretch. Relax your chin and your jaw. And then walk the hands to the center. Bring your feet in, relax them, give them a little shake. And now we're going to stand up. Now, I have to find a place to stand because I've got a lot of windows here. So I think I'm going to stand here a bit. And can you see me okay there? Yep. I'm going to stand so that I'm actually kind of leaning into the wall. So I'm putting some pressure on my hands. Find a comfortable ways here. That works for me. Okay. I'm going to lift my right leg towards my left arm. I'm putting weight into my hands, letting my body weight come into the arms, lifting opposite knee to the opposite elbow. Back and forth. Engage your core. Lift. Lift. We're going to do a few of these. You want to feel enough weight into your arms so that you feel like your arms are holding some of your strength or some of your weight, but without doing more than you feel comfortable. But the more weight we put into the arms, the more we're working the muscles of the arms, obviously. So just side to side. Let's do maybe 10 more of these. Breathe. As you lift the leg, noticing, engaging your core, that you're working the core muscles. Couple more. And stop. Release the wall, shake your hands out. Coming back into the same position. Again, we're leaning against the wall. I could do some wall push-ups. My legs are straight. I'm just going to let the elbows drop down, not out. And press back up. Down. And up. Down. And up. Down. And up. Just enough that you feel the arms working. Let's try 10 or so. If you can't do 10, do 5. Take your time so you can really feel the arms, the muscles working. So 2 more. And then let's shake out your hands. Now we're going to put it together. So again, leaning into our hands, we're going to come into our wall push-up and lift the right foot and then down, push up, left foot up, and then down. These are sort of wall mountain climbers. I've sort of lost count, but we're just going to do some. Maybe one more. And you can shake it out. And you can obviously take that one as deeply as you'd like. You can do more of a push-up. You can lift up higher with the leg, and you can do more reps. But it's a nice way to get a little bit of strength work in at the wall. Okay. Again, leaning into the wall. We're going to bend the both knees. Lift your left knee up. Bring it back around. Cross over behind, and then look over your shoulder at that foot. This is just a nice side twist. Keep that front knee bent. Really feeling a nice stretch here. We're looking, but keep the chin tucked a little bit so you're not extending your chin. And come back to center. Do the other side. Lift the right knee up now. Cross behind, bend that front knee, the left knee. Look over your shoulder at your foot. Find your stretch. And release. Shake out your hands, shake out your arms. I have to go back to this spot here. Coming to the wall again, take a nice wide stance, as wide as is comfortable, hands on the wall. We're going to lunge to one side and then stand up. Lunge to the other side and stand up. And we want to put the hips behind so that we can see our big toes as we're lunging. And then up, lunge, up, lunge, really feeling a nice stretch in the inner thigh here. And then lunging again. Let's do a couple more of these. Lunge, lunge. One more set. Press up through the heels and press up to standing. Work the feet in, shake it out. Coming to the wall. I guess you're already at the wall. I'm just moving around here. Okay. Standing with my side facing the wall, and I have to step out, and I'm going to lean into this hand. I'm going to bring, that's against the wall. I'm going to bring so I have my left hand against the wall. I'm going to bring my right foot in front of my other foot. So I'm standing on a tight wire. My free arm is going to lean in, reach out. Lean in, reach out. Lean in, reach out. And you may have to adjust your position. Side plank. The farther away you are from the wall, the more strength, the more weight you're putting into that arm. So this is a nice way to work into doing a side plank or a plank on the floor, is to do it against the wall. Build up your strength there. Let's do two more. One more. And release. And do the other side now. So again, you just have to figure this out, how far away you are comfortable walking your feet. I have my outer leg in front of the other one. I'm leaning into this arm. You're going to reach under, open, under, open. Lean into the arm. This is also a nice alternative. If you have wrist issues, this isn't as strong as doing a plank on the floor. I think that's about maybe 6. Let's try for 10. Last one. And walk your feet in, release your hand, and shake it out. Standing now with your back to the wall. Actually, I can do this one here. And you're about a foot or so away from the wall, about an arm's length from the wall. Feet are nice and wide, about hip width. Going to soften the knees. Going to turn and touch the wall behind us. Turn and touch. And feel free to let your feet pivot. Just getting a nice little rotation here, a little twist. upper body, moving the hips, twist and touch, gentle with this, but it's a nice way of opening the lower back as well. Couple more. One more. And shake it out. Coming to the floor. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Staying at the wall. We're going to walk the feet. We're going to stand against the wall, walk the feet out, coming into a chair position. I'm realizing I need to move my mat here because it's going to slide on me. Coming into Utkatasana at the wall, our chair position, walking my feet out. Then sliding the hands along the skin of the hips so that the skin gets pushed away and down, and noticing how that allows the lower back, the small of the back to come against the wall. Bringing the shoulders back and the head against the wall at this time. This is a good leg strengthener. My feet are parallel and pointing forward. And you don't want to go any deeper than hips below the knee level, but you do want to come into a deep enough position that you are feeling the strengthening in the legs, which I certainly am at this point. And if we'd like to make it just a little bit more fun, we can lift one heel and then down. Lift the other heel, down. Heel up, down, up, down. Lift both heels. Or let's count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Heels down, bring your hands behind you, press yourself up. Let's shake it out. You can feel that in the thighs, a nice strengthener. Let's do it one more time. I promise this will be the last one. A great leg strengthener. Again, leaning back into the wall, walking the feet up, out. Making sure you can see your big toes as you come down into your chair position, moving that skin away from the hips. Small, the back is against the wall. Shoulders back, head back, hands on your thighs. And breathe. And if you'd like, we can do some heel lifts. Both heels up. Heels down, hands behind, press out and shake it out. Whew, that's a good workout for the legs. All right. Coming to the wall on your knees. Now, you may need a blanket for this. It's up to you, however your knees feel. We're going to be kneeling in front of the wall with our hands touching. So your knees are as far as your arms can reach. Knees are under your hips. Working on the hips here, we're going to lift the right leg up, out and around and front, and then back. Bring the foot up into a lunge, circle it and back. Lift the knee up, knee goes back. Again, and back. Let's do one more. It's good hip strengthening. And back. Other side. Lift the knee up and around, coming to your lunge, up and around and back for one. Lift the knee up and back, up and back. I think this is 4 and back. 5 and back. Enough. Now we're going to lay down at the wall. So I'm going to move my blanket. So I've got some length here. Taking your beach towel or blanket, whatever you're using, set it at the wall because we're going to sit on it. And once you have that situated, sit sideways against the wall as tight as you can, your hip touching the wall, like so. Okay. When you're ready, we're going to begin to rotate our bodies around, laying down, still keeping the hips on that blanket, scooching ourselves in. This is the hardest part, is scooching your body into the wall so that your hips are touching. So keep scooching. And when you're ready, now you may need to do a little adjustment of the blanket, but the blanket helps with the hips, should help to support the back so that it's not a stress on your lower back. So if you need a blanket, if it's hard for you to be in this position to keep, you want to keep your head supported. So if your head is lifting up while you're like this, get another blanket or even a sort of thin pillow or something to cradle the head. We don't want the head to be pulling up in this position. And let's just take a moment enjoying this lovely inversion. Let everything flow the other way for a moment. Shoulders are relaxed, hands are at your side. When you're ready, bring your feet off the wall just a little bit, and we're just going to rotate the ankles in and out, in and out. We're actually rotating the hip joint here. And then let's do some points and flexes. Points, flex, point, flex, point, flex. Spread those toes out and then grip them. Toes out, grip. I have the boniest toes, but they were my dad's, so that's all okay with me. Again, keep yourself close to the wall. We're going to let the legs go wide. Okay. Now, don't go any wider than you can go. We don't, without lifting up the small of the back. We don't want the back arching here. And then bring them close together. My feet are flexed in this movement. My hands are down at the side for support. I'm going to let them go out again. And then close them back up. Engage your core. It's a little bit of core work here. Only go as wide as you can go without your back start arching out. Let's do a couple more. One more. I can really feel that in my inner thighs. All right, bring the feet into the wall, point your toes. Now this time we're going to go wide with pointed feet. Then we're going to bring them in and scissor them. Wide again. Bring the other foot over the other one. Nice and slow. That's where the magic happens, as they say. If you do it too fast, you're not really working the muscles enough. Nice and slow. Just changing the scissoring on each time. Couple more here. Make sure the small of your back is on the floor. Breathing. Okay, now bringing the feet to the wall, take the left foot, keeping them straight and pointed, and I'm going to take my left hand and I'm going to just cross that over. So my left leg is crossing over my right, keeping it straight, and just doing a little twist here, using my other arm down here on the floor for support, as well as my upright foot. You can let the hip come up off the floor. We're just getting a nice little stretch here. Breathing. And then you can release that. Bring the foot down. We'll do the other side. Now put your left hand down on the floor for support. Bring your right hand onto the right leg. Lift the right leg up and over the left leg. Toes pointed. Breathing into this. Just finding a stretch here. Maybe one side is more affected than the other. And release. Bring the feet back together here. We're going to work the feet down sort of into a chair position on the wall here. My feet are about hip width apart, hands are down to side for support. And I'm just going to roll the hips side to side. Just gentle roll. The shoulders stay on the mat, but the hips move. Nice little loosening up the lower back. Couple more. And then come back to center, keeping the feet on the wall about hip width apart. Bring your hands out to the side now, like an airplane. We're going to take the left arm, come over and touch the tip of the right hand. Come back over. This hand comes over, touches the tip of that hand. Again, you can lift the head up a little bit, whatever is comfortable. If you have neck issues, try to keep the head on the floor as much as possible. And again, just doing a nice stretch. And then to the other side. And I'm slipping off my mat a little bit, so I have to readjust. Feel free to do the same. Couple more here, reaching to the tip of that finger, and then reach to the tip of that finger. Coming back to center. Let's bring the toes together. Hands are at your side. Toes are touching, knees are wide. Slide the feet up and then down. Again, make sure your hips are in as close to the wall as is possible. I'm sorry, it keeps slipping here. So again, sliding the toes up and then down. Slowly engaging your core here and feeling the muscles work as you rise, feet, and then bring them in, rise, down. Now, keeping the feet together, hands are at your side, my knees are wide. I'm going to press up, engage my core, press up through the hips and lift the hips and then down. Again, inhale, lift and down. Definitely a little core work here. Lift and down. Press the feet together, keeping the knees wide. Down, let's do maybe 5 more of these. If you can't do 5 or 10, do as many as you can. Build up to it. Two more. One more. Okay. Take the feet flat against the wall now. Hands behind your, or at your ears, making sure the small of your back is on the floor. We're just going to do some gentle crunches here in this position. So inhale, we're going to lift the head, look to the belly button, and then down. Inhale, lift, engage your core, keeping your elbows out. Let's try for 10. Do, if you can do, if you can't do 10, do 5. If you can't do 5, do 3. Keep the chin tucked. I think that's about 6. Two more. One more. And relax, release the head, shake your head side to side. Let's straighten the legs. And let's come into our Shavasana with our legs up. If this is not comfortable, you can bring your legs down, coming to the side, bend your knees, roll over to the side, and come onto the floor. If you'd like to stay in this position for Shavasana, feel free to do so. Should feel comfortable and relaxed. Again, shake your neck and your chin. Make sure your face is nice and relaxed. Hands are at your side. Palms down for support. Relax the shoulders, nice and heavy. Relax the legs. Quiet the mind. And just come to normal breathing. Coming back to the breath. Gently rocking the head back side to side. Wiggling your toes and fingers. When you're ready, we're going to come out of this, but come out of our position slowly, first by bending the knees and bringing the feet down. Rolling over gently to the side with the knees bent, and take a moment here. Then when you're ready, pressing yourself up to a seated position. Bringing your hands to your heart, eyes closed for another moment. Coming back to your intention if you set one at the beginning of the class. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today. Have a lovely week. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Good to see you all. And if you have any questions or comments, just send me a note. Always good to hear from you. Take care. Bye.